I am here, Judge Penny, because I would like to come to an agreement with my husband, Michael, about our sexual intimacy in our marriage. I feel that it's causing a lot of distress at the moment in our marriage because I feel that my husband would like to have sex pretty much all the time, every day, twice a day, 3 times a day. And I, just being a busy working mom, I'm just feeling that I would like to probably do it maybe once or twice a week. But we argue constantly about it, and it's causing a lot of problems.
And how you doing, Michael?
I'm doing great, Judge. I feel like I'd like to come to a intimacy agreement because it's not just about sex.
Okay, so let me get this straight. You've come to court, and you're hoping that I can help you to come to some resolution over your disagreements regarding how many times you have sex and the intimacy of that. So you do understand that every man in America is waiting on this decision like it's a Supreme Court decision. All jokes aside, though, it is probably one of the most critical issues faced in a marriage. Now, I know that you're saying he wants sex a little more. Mm-hmm. All right. Let me hear from you, Michael.
You know, Judge, I gotta be honest. The good times were really good. I was dating a girl. Okay. And she told me about this Australian girl. She's awesome. She's telling me how cool she was. And I was thinking, that's great. I mean, she's from Australia. That's, I'm from Portland, Africa, originally. But that's 400 years ago.
Now, what do you do, Michael?
Hey, I'm a dad. I'm a father.
Okay.
I'm a salesman.
We can tell you in some kind of selling.
Well, I'm trying to. I'm selling for all the good men, Judge. Okay. All the good brothers that are out there.
All right.
And you got a good brother, right?
Oh, I do, baby. Don't worry about that. So tell me now, though. She's saying you want it
It does seem like the judge likes him.
Every day?
Yeah.
Come clean now. Come on.
I'm gonna be judge. Look at my wife.
She's beautiful.
She is not beautiful. She is flat out beautiful.
She's flat out beautiful. Okay.
But it's not just about sex for me. It's about being intimate.
I really do think that is an issue, particularly when you're married. It's my understanding you all waited before.
Yeah, we didn't kiss.
Okay, didn't even kiss on the wedding day though. When you kissed her, you knew there was a problem?
You know what, Judge? I did.
Okay.
And so here I come out, and I got my suit on. I'm ready. I've been pure. I've set an example for the men out there in the areas of being right.
Okay.
So I walk up the altar, and I'm ready to get married to my wife. She gets up there, and then he says, "Will you marry him?" She says, "Yes." "You marry her?" "Yes." "You may kiss the bride." I go for a kiss. Turned her head. I got the side of her lip.
Why?
I just got really intimidated because there was so much expectation on that kiss, and we'd never kissed. So I'm
you
very
had
private.
Never kissed either?
Nothing.
I could see. Now I'm married to a preacher, so I'm trying to be careful about this. I could see if you choose not to have sex before. I could understand it, but not kissing. That's interesting.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because that's a closeness that I don't really think that would have been inappropriate, no matter how you see it.
Right.
Do you know what I mean?
Sure.
And so I'm concerned that you had a problem because even on your wedding day, the most precious day, there shouldn't have been any kind of embarrassment any kind of way. How'd you grow up? Was sex taboo in your family?
Yeah.
Okay. That's a big thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We can't act like it's not.
Yeah.
Tell me about the relationship. Because you know what was interesting? You said in my notes that you thought the sex was good up until 5 months. Mm-hmm. And you said that the sex was good up until your child was born. What did you call good sex? When you say the 5 months it was good, what made it good?
What made it good was, it was encouraging. It was mutual.
So what's good intimacy?
Well, good is good.
Okay. But I understand that he does the flowers, he does the cards.
Poems.
You write poems?
Yeah, I wrote her poems. Judge, I got her flowers this morning.
You did?
Yeah.
That was wonderful.
You know why?
Why?
Not because I'm coming to court. I'm trying to impress. But to just as a sign to let her know I really love her unconditionally.
Let me tell you something. One thing I know is that I feel that you all love each other.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But what I'm thinking is that it's more than just the sex.
Mm-hmm.
There's something else going on. Both of you are bodybuilders?
Mm-hmm. We've competed. Mm-hmm.
So what I'm getting so far is the man is just doing this nice gesture to make her know that he loves her. But is it really love now? He's just doing all of these things to make her feel nice so he can get what he wants out of the situation. Isn't this interesting? I get that, you want to do the S word, you want to get down going, and your wife is obligated to give you sex, but not really. If you want it 24/7 7 days of the week, there's something wrong with you, the person. There's some internal work that you need to do on yourself. And he's a mama's boy. He's giving her soft, compassionate, and conditional love that he's saying, which is not natural. It is actually abnormal to do that. So he grew up seeing that in his family or who is around him. She didn't grow up with that. So it's two different dynamic situation, right? And she is only giving him sex out of resentment. But I will get to that part. But from what I'm getting, she did it out of resentment, not wanting him to feel bad. And now that she's understanding that she doesn't want to give it to him all the time, now she's judged him and noticed like, he just wants me for sex, or he just wants it all the time and I don't want to do it all the time. But she will do it out of resentment, meaning she judged the guy. She hates him, but she's still doing it to not make him feel bad about herself. She's actually been traumatized by her parents as well. But, and woman, you can protest to this, that you're in a relationship with a guy, right? He wants to have sex a lot, but you do not. And yet he will still ask you, but you will do it out of guilt and resentment because you don't want to feel bad about the situation. But you feeling bad about the situation, you judge yourself and you get the feeling and you're going to do the action that you don't want to do, even though you want to please him. And you will think pleasing him will satisfy him. But actually, then he wants more and you'll still give it to him. Think that will please him, but it never will. It's going to be a consistent thing. And by doing that, you're going to end up resenting him and judge him because he's depending on you to make himself feel good. And it's out of contentment. It's really about the guy's self and what he wants. And when he's not able to get what he wants, you guys are going to start arguing now because you want control over the other person. You want the other person to do what you want them to do. And it's going to blow up the relationship. But women do the same thing on the opposite side as well. Maybe in different ways. But for this scenario, it's about what the guy wants and what the woman is not giving him.
You have? Mm-hmm. And do you all think you have a competition between the two of you? Could that be a part of it?
Yep. Yep. Now yeah.
Yeah, I'm getting to it now. I know I'm going to get to it. Now, one thing about me, it might take me a while to get there, but I'm going to get to the issue. Do you think he thinks you're like a trophy wife?
I've crossed my mind.
Maybe there's some truth in that.
Yeah.
But when it comes to pressure, my heart isn't for her to be a trophy. My heart is for her to believe in herself. Okay. And so the reason I want her on my arm and the reason why I dote on her and I encourage her isn't because it's about the show. It's really about her feeling good about herself.
I feel like there is a...
See, he wants her to feel good about herself. It's emotionally manipulating tactic. You get her to feel good about herself. You validate her all the time, but it can backfire because she's going to see you as weak, that you're validating her half the time and you're putting her as a trophy wife. So you're not going to be honest with her. You're just going to tell her what she wants to hear to get what you want from her.
Expectation of me that's somewhat superficial. And it's not hitting something that I need. I don't know what it is. Like the flowers and all of that is awesome.
Interesting.
But there's something missing.
There's what
there's
is it
something
that
I
want?
need.
I need your help
help with that. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know. I think it's got to do with the trophy. I think it's got to do with Michael putting me up in this sort of that I'm this glamour queen.
You want him to love you
for who I am.
Yeah.
Like, are you gonna love me if I'm 100 million pounds overweight?
Let me tell you something. From the bottom of my heart, what you're saying, all of us, every woman can relate to this on some level. Do you know what I mean? Particularly when you come from a background where you have some baggage.
Right.
There's a lot to overcome anyway. But just feeling and looking at you in your eyes, I don't really feel that you're as happy as one would think. Could I be right?
So
That's actually interesting because in most family, when you're being raised by the mother teach you how to please a woman, do everything for a woman. And in this case, the guy himself is doing it. He's doing everything to please the woman. And by doing that, he's putting her as a trophy wife. And she doesn't like that. What she's actually looking for is a strong masculine man that's going to lead her properly and not accommodate her and her feelings. Because by doing that, you're giving her flowers. You're telling her nice things. You're putting her on a trophy, on a pedestal. You're doing all of these nice things just so you can get back those same feelings that you're giving her for her to give it back to you. So he's relying on her to make himself feel good, for comfort and for sex, like how his mom teach him how to do. And she doesn't like that. She wants a leader, a man that's gonna tell her what to do, when not to do it, not be emotional, and she will actually want sex from you because you're not relying on her for anything. And she's gonna be like, interesting, right? And then you're able to lead her properly. But because you're accommodating her, you're giving into all her needs and pleasure, not necessarily. You think that's what she wants, but it's only because you've been taught by your mom, because you never have a strong dad in your life to show you how to be a man and lead by example. The mom impose her will onto you and teach you how to be a mama's boy. And by doing that, she teach you how to accommodate to a woman. And guess what? Women don't like that. They will see you as weak and soft. And that's exactly why she said something is missing, and that's what's missing. The guy does not know how to lead. He just wants her for comfort and for his feeling, the body-to-body soft type of love that you get from his mom. He's looking for it from his wife, but unfortunately it does not exist.
I'm just feeling this great disconnect. I've only been with you a few minutes and I can feel, can you feel it from her?
I can. I feel like I've tried a lot of different things. I've tried the things that are trophy-like. I've put together a $400 spending budget.
That's crazy.
And went shopping for her.
That's
Do
crazy.
you hear what he's saying though?
Yeah, I do. But I've backed off of that as well and
Okay.
tried to do other things.
Can I ask her something that you love him? Mm-hmm. How do you know?
Because we're together still. I think I would have left if I didn't. That's my kind of MO.
She doesn't tell me that, though.
I don't think she loves him. She's just staying in the relationship because she feels bad. I think that's what it is.
She don't tell you that?
He doesn't
Not
feel
often.
loved by me.
Really?
Not often. She doesn't
You
tell
don't?
me. No, I mean, I know she loves me because I think love is an action. It's not just this cool
That's
feeling.
right. No.
Love is what you do. It helps me when she says, baby, I love you.
You know, we came in the court at the beginning saying it's about sex.
Yeah.
Every man was thinking, well, I can't wait to how this gonna go down. Because every man wants the sex.
Right.
But then when I started looking at her, that's the one good thing I have about being a judge, is that I can just look beyond what I see. And there is a brokenness that took place that he may never be able to repair for you. What do you want from him? What do you want from your marriage?
To be happy.
No, deeper than that.
Interesting.
Wanting perfection, wanting to be fixed. I want him to be everything that my family wasn't.
He comes along and he finds his dream girl. Because that's what she is, right?
Yeah.
And
Beta.
although it looks like it's about the sex, it's not. It's about when you said, I want to be fixed. Because there's so many of us that are walking around, I finally am whole. And it did not come from a position or a title. And I want you to hear this. And it did not come from a man. He can't fix you.
That's right.
You're going to be the only person that can
Fix yourself. Amazing. I do really agree with this judge. Most people go into a relationship saying, oh, this guy makes me feel so good. This girl makes me feel so good. And you're thinking that's going to fix the problem, making you happy. But no person on this side of heaven can fill that hole that is missing inside of you. That happiness that you're looking for. And the thing is, you go in a relationship and you're relying on someone to make you happy, which make the relationship, that type of relationship will never work because you're relying on someone to make you happy. And when they're not doing the things to make you happy, you get upset about it and you get angry and mad at them. But is that love? That is actually not love, because love comes from God. Love has no emotion. It has no judgment. It has no resentment. Love is understanding. And when you understand what's happening with yourself, it is happening with everyone else around you. So relationship will start off good because it feels good, but it's not love. It's hate disguised as love. But as time progresses, you notice that the person is not making you happy, and you're going to resent them. You're going to argue with them for control over each other because you want them to do what you want to make yourself feel good, and they want you to do what they want you to do to make their self feel good. So you're fighting each other for control to make yourself feel good, when really you can be at peace and be happy in a relationship and not relying on anyone, because it's abnormal to want to relying on someone to make you happy. It's trauma that have been passed down through generation to generation to generation. And as a kid, we grew up seeing that and we think it's normal, but it's not. The only thing that can make you happy and be at peace in a relationship, and you don't rely on someone to make you happy, is seeking after what is right. And when both of you are seeking after what is right, the relationship will work, and it just happen naturally.
And I don't care how often people tell you how beautiful you are and everything, that seems to hurt even more. Am I right?
Yeah, it doesn't.
No.
Especially to all the guys out there chasing after a woman and telling her all of these nice things. Even the guy that are beta, even the one that are simp, even the one that call yourself masculine, man, they still do the same thing. No matter what you tell a woman, you cannot help her. The beta male, the simps, the high value masculine man, you can't help a woman. Tell her all these nice things, buy her flowers, take care of her, pay her bills, get a house for her, have kids with her, take care of her. She's still gonna feel not fulfilled. And this is why most relationships fall apart, because you guys are not seeking after what is right. And she's gonna go chase another feeling to make herself feel good by leaving the relationship. And it's just going to be a cycle after a cycle after a cycle. It will never work out, because you're looking for something external of yourself to make yourself feel good, when it will never work, because you can only feel good and be good when you feel with the kingdom of God that is missing in from you. Then you'll actually be at peace with yourself.
It has no meaning.
No meaning.
And I suspect when he gives you the flowers and the cards, since we're all being honest, and this is not meant to hurt your feelings, do you feel anything from it?
Not much.
Not a thing.
Not
It's sad
one thing.
because he's trying so hard.
You want to wake up and know how it feels to be normal.
Yeah.
You are so much like everybody else in
Yeah.
America.
Everyone's struggling with the same thing.
Here, And so now you're dealing with a wife. You're going to need some counsel. You need more than just me telling you how many times you're going to have sex. Because I can't wait till after you go to counseling and y'all call back and let me know. If I just hear, I'll know. She could probably, I'm going to go out on a limb here. She's saying I'll do it 1 or 2 days a week. Can you go without it?
It's like, I hate to say this, but it's like another thing on my list.
Yeah.
You probably feel like that.
I do.
The reason why it feels like it's something on her list is because she's doing it out of guilt and resentment. She's doing it because she feels bad already, because you cannot do anything out of guilt and resentment if you have not already judged yourself about it. So she feels bad about it, and she doesn't want to make the husband feel bad about it. So she do it out of guilt and resentment. And that's why it becomes a chore at this point to have sex in the relationship. Because, to be honest, she's not really attractive to the guy anymore, honestly. The guy, she sees him as weak. She sees him as a female. She knows that the guy relies on her. And she just doesn't like that. And she definitely judged him. And that's why this is happening.
But let me tell you what you got to do, because I got some clues I can help you with.
Right, please.
Because I'm handling my business just fine. So, when you give her a back rub, you can't make her feel like the next step has got to be the sex.
That's not going to work, but okay.
Now she gets some daily back rubs every night.
Okay, you got to look good man now. We got to make sure somebody else don't come and
To be honest, you see, it's so funny. Guys do all of these nice, chivalrous things, and they say that's a good man. That's not a good man. He's just doing it so he can get something back in return. And women, I know women gonna understand what I'm saying. The man may not, most men may not, but most women will, because they're in this scenario, and they know they're just doing it out of guilt and resentment.
You know what I'm saying? I had to go in and give him his props. I was thinking that when he was doing it, you know how they do. You know how you do.
You know, slip down. And
Yeah,
He does that.
Let me get everything right. Let me not make her mad.
Right.
Let me do everything right so the evening can go just the way it's supposed to go. So
See?
maybe this might be the day that I can get some. I mean, really.
See what I'm
Is that not
saying?
what's happening?
Well, no. Yeah, couple times.
Exactly.
Come on.
Yeah, couple times. Because I know that I can't always be Mr. Smooth. She's smart. She's smart.
Oh, no,
She figured
I
out in a
can
heartbeat. So I stay right at the top of the shoulders, crack the back. I stay.
Yeah, but you know something? It's about a feeling. If you all did not have sex before, you made a connection on a spiritual level. So you don't have to say a word. When you walk through the door, it's like a scent, a puppy coming in.
Right.
She knows what you want. You got that look in your eye. You know what I mean?
It's a gleam.
The worst thing in the world is to believe that you're the only ones having it. You are not the only people experiencing it.
That's facts.
You are not going to tell me
That's
a couple
facts.
that appears
That's
to have
valid.
everything.
Very
in some
valid.
ways, you have everything, yet you have nothing. This man is too good to lose. But don't give this good man to another woman. I would not let him go. I don't know everything that's going on. But
That's kind of crazy for the judge to say, though. I would not advise that, because they're going to argue, they're going to fight about the situation. And if they have kids, oh, Lord, it's not going to work out well. But if the man work on himself, and she said if you have a spiritual connection with God and seek after what is right, and you're able to lead the woman properly, when you come through the door, she just wants you. And that is very true. But he has to work on himself. And so is the woman. I don't know. She really didn't talk much, so I can understand what's happening on her side. I know in her family, growing up, sex was taboo in her family. But I think her mom traumatized her as well when she was growing up. Even though her mom taught her that sex is not good to have, she imposed her will onto her in some way. I can see that by controlling her and telling her not to do certain things, instead of just being an example for her daughter. And that's the biggest thing. You just need to be an example, and your daughter will come and ask. Your kids will come and ask you. You don't have to force it on them. Just be an example. And that's all it takes.
I wouldn't let him go.
And the reason I said because kids will watch their parents, and that's how they grow up to be. Kids are what they see at home.
So what you do is, I'm going to advise that you all go and get a good counselor. And really, you're going to go with her because it's very...
Yeah, if they get a really good counselor, yes. A Christian good counselor that is in the presence of God. Not just some random counselor that has a degree. That doesn't make no sense because they're not going to help you with the problem.
Very important. You really want the woman that you thought you were getting. She says she wants to be fixed. You can't do it. So you're going to go to counseling. And then after counseling, you have to know in the meantime that you're going to be fixed. And so eventually it's going to come and you're going to wake up one day. And you're going to be able to say what I said. I feel whole. And it's going to be just fine. And when you wake up, you're going to have this great man next to you. But you've got to understand also, she's got a 3-year-old. And she doesn't want to feel like a trophy wife. Right. So sometimes, even when you want it, it's just a big sacrifice. Nobody wants to sacrifice in marriage. And nobody said it was going to be easy. Right. It's hard work. So what I'm going to do is, it's really plaintiff defendant. It's almost like I'm fighting for both. But I'm going to find that you all go to counseling because I think that is important. And I really do believe that it is important that you have sex with your husband. You know what I'm saying? He doesn't care. Notice he didn't say, Judge, don't make her do it. Don't make her do it.
I'm listening to you, Judge.
Get you some candlelight. Take you a glass of wine if you can. If it's something on the list, and trust me, I'm a list person, put it at the top of the list.
That's kind of crazy, though. I mean, get drinking and getting unconscious and doing sex is not going to help the situation, actually. You're not necessarily conscious. You're unconscious, which means you're being driven by the alcohol and the spirits that are inside of you and the lust that's going to drive you to go have sex. It's not really going to solve anything. And if anything, the guy's going to get more addicted to it and he's going to want more. The relationship will just fall apart. Because the guy hasn't overcome the lust, sin nature that is inside of him. It seems like the woman has, but she's still seeking for fulfillment. She's missing something, which is the kingdom of God, of course. And she thinks having a man in her life will make her happy and fill that hole. But now she's realizing that's not the case. Because the man just sees her as a trophy wife and do nice things to get her to give him sex. She definitely have realized that 100%, and she have sex with him out of guilt.
Do it before you go to work. Put it at the top of the list. Come on. Okay. All right. We're gonna get you some counseling. I'm gonna leave before I say something else.